In this tutorial, we're going to I'm going to show you how to colorize images from black and white to color. Some of these images were never in color. This looks so much like it was in color. If you saw that one alone, you would think that was in color, but the famous sailor kissing gal in New York on shore leave is so iconic, and that was never in color. The migrant mother from Dorothea Lange, if you saw this image, you would swear it was in color, but when you look at it, this is the original image. Color wasn't even available yet in the 1930s, or at least if it was very, very expensive. There's no way that you would have it done. Again, for sure, you knew that an early image of Abraham Lincoln wouldn't have been in color as well. Kind of fun, huh? So I'm going to take this photo of Shirley Temple and show you how to do some colorizing. All right, the first thing you want to do is make a duplicate of your image. So if you ever make a mistake, you've got a duplicate. So I'm just going to right click here and duplicate my layer, hit OK. I've got two. And I like to just turn off that bottom layer. Do whatever you want. Yeah, just okay. And then the next thing I want to do is we want to make a brand new layer. So it's just a blank layer, and we're going to paint on these layers and never painting on our background. All right. So what I want to do first is I'm just going to go in and try to colorize her face. And this is probably the hardest thing to do, is do the human skin. First off, I want to select just the area I want to color. So I'm going to take my lasso tool, and I'm going to lasso just really close and around. Now, by the way, before I start lassoing, if I lasso just straight like this, it's going to have just a perfect edge on it. And I don't want a perfect edge. I want just a little bit of a feather around that so it kind of blends. Okay, so what you want to do, I'll hit Command D to get rid of those marching ants or the selection, and I'm just going to put in like a 3, I'll put a 4 feather pixel. So as I go around her head here, her hairline and stuff, I want to make sure I get her ears and things. This is going to be a nice soft. I'm going to get her hand here. I'm just drawing with my mouse. Okay, just kind of loosely going around it here. All right. Next thing I want to do is get her hand as well. So I'm going to hold down Shift, and that'll add more area. See the little plus sign next to it? Okay. If I hold down Option, there's a minus. Okay, that would minus an area. So if I want to minus an area out, I just go like this, and that would make it smaller. If I want to minus this area, I can just go like this, and that just circle around. If I want to add an area, well, I'll kind of do the same thing again here. Now, if you ever make a mistake like you missed your ear here, and you want to minus that area, or get that back, you just hold down Shift and again zoom around it, and you got it. All right, let me go a little bit more right here. Okay, and then I'm going to get her hand, so I'm going to hold down Shift, get her fingers here. So again, it's going to have like a feather pixel around that, just a little bit. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is color it. Now I'm on this layer here. I'm not really on her. I just was using her as an example, or at least where I want to paint. I want to paint on this layer. I'm going to take my paintbrush. Okay. And then I'm going to pick a human skin color. Now here's the hard part. A lot of times you want to go in and say, okay, a nice pinky skin. Let's try to get some here. Let's say, I want to get this. That's a little too yellow. A little too orange. It's really difficult to find that right human skin. You probably think, oh, okay, I'm going to do it in here somewhere. You want to go a lot lighter, or a lot darker anyway, than you think. And the reason you want to go a lot darker than you think is we're going to turn the opacity down. So this is going to be kind of orangey here. Maybe I might want to get in here somewhere. Now our hair is going to be probably in this color. Okay. And again, you're probably thinking, well, maybe pink skin, red skin, whatever. We're going to add a couple different colors in here, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to kind of get an orangey color. And again, you want to go darker than you think, all right? And so I'm going to pick this really dark, hit OK, and I'm going to paint. Now, it's going to look horrible real quick. Don't worry, because I'm going to turn it down anyway. So I'm just going to paint inside where I've got it. Okay, first you want to just blob it on there, okay? And then you're going to hit Command D, and then you're going to turn down the opacity. See how it's kind of feathered around it? If you look at there, it's kind of a feather around it. Okay, we wanted to get that for sure like that. I'm going to turn down the opacity of that layer. So it's got this a little bit. See how it came in actually pretty good? But, of course, this is way too dark. It doesn't look real at all. And we're going to do some more work there, but it sure looks better when we turn that orangey orange down. Now, you can see where I kind of need to do some erasing, so we just take the eraser, and we just kind of do some erasing, maybe a little bigger brush with my bracket keys. I can make a bigger brush on the eraser, and I can kind of, you know, miss her hair here and stuff. Okay, and then some of these areas here where it kind of went over that wood or wherever she's laying on. Okay, now we kind of need to pinken that cheeks up. We definitely don't want her teeth this way. Now I'm going to erase where her teeth are, but they're going to look really gray. And the reason they look really gray is because, of course, there's just no color there that I've erased it now. And so we probably want to put a little bit of color in that as well. Her eyes, again, we don't want it, so we want to take this eye color out. We're going to color her eyes. Okay, but boy, it doesn't look very good, does it, there through here? We need to put a little bit of pink in there too. All right, so this pink up her cheeks. Let's make a new layer. Now, always make new layers. So this would be the skin. We could always double-click on layer 1, and we can call this skin color. And then we could double-click on this, and we're just going to call it cheeks. So you want to make different layers and paint on different layers. Okay, so I'm just going to take my paintbrush. Nice rosy red. This is just like they used to do in the old days. They would just take a nice rosy red, and I'm just going to... Okay. Okay, way too deep, huh? But if I just turn it down, really a lot. Okay, and then even more, like 4% on there, and just adding a little bit will just give a little bit of pink on that nose too. And again, it's too much, but even down at maybe even 2%, we're just going to give a little bit of pink on her skin there. All right, maybe in chin a little bit too, and things. So we just want to add a little bit in the darker areas where you would see that normally on a person. All right, and then you know, you can add a little bit in here too on her hands. Okay, and then, you know, we got to do some pinky lips, and so we're going to add a new one here, and we're going to put lips, and then we can go from there. Making a lot smaller brush. Just take my brackets down. Oops. Okay, bracket down, and we're going to paint those lips. Wow, a little bit too dark, huh? What do you think? It's okay, because I need to turn the opacity down. Okay, and then we'll just turn that opacity way down. Way down. And then eraser, we can always do some erasing, because we're on its own layer anyway, so just kind of erase a little bit where we made a mistake there. Kind of. Now, if we want to do, you know, eyeliner, we could definitely go, you know, you could name that. We can go, and if we want to put blue in there, again, a lot darker than you think. Oops, I'm not on that. Okay, I got blue there, 100%. Yes. Boy, why isn't that blue showing up? Oh, I'm on the eraser, no wonder, duh. Don't you love when you make mistakes? A little bit too much, huh? What do you think, gals? But then again, you're going to turn it way down. Way down. Okay, so she's got a little bit of blue there. And that's probably not the best color, but then again, I'm not a makeup artist, but at least you kind of get an idea what I'm doing. All right, and then we could paint her nail colors, like if we want to put a little bit of blue on her nails or any other color. We could do her nails and things. And again, I want to go paint on that same layer really bad. But if you make another layer, then you paint like her nail colors. And then just turn it down. But now she's got a little bit of color on her nails, just like a little girl would. Okay, our eye color here, let's just bring our eyes up really big. Okay, let's do some nice rich blue eyes. So put in here, and again, we can name it. If you name them, it's so much easier later to figure out what you want to erase and do, because, you know, here I have to turn them off and go, okay, which one? Oh, that's her eyeliner. So put it here, put liner, you know, and then which one's this? I just turned it off to see which one it is. Oh, that must be her fingernails. So you want to name these. Okay, here's her eyes. All right, so we're gonna get those. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're going to do her eyes here, and I'm going to make her eyes a nice blue color. A lot darker than you think. Paintbrush. And then again, turn down the opacity a lot. Okay, cute. Okay, good. So we've got there, and once I get this up here more, the eyeliner's a little bit dark and kind of messed up there. So just kind of do some erasing and just kind of make it look, try to make it look real, you know, kind of fun. All right, good. It's looking all right. Okay, now her hair color, she looks like she's old now. Oh, and her teeth definitely need some more here. I could probably go on her lips here, and with a red. Yeah, I need to get a little more right through here to make her gums look a little bit better, huh? All right, now her hair color. Let's make a new layer. So always it adds a new layer on top. So you want to like select this one, then hit new layer, and now it's on top. I'm going to call this hair, and then I'm going to go in and do some painting here. So with nice gold color, again a lot darker than you think. Big huge brush, and I'm just going to go whoa. Smaller brush with the bracket keys just to make it smaller there. Okay, I got it, and then we just turn our opacity way down, way down. And then just take our eraser and do some cleanup. And a bigger eraser to go faster on the bigger areas. And then where it blends here. Now my eraser, I picked a nice soft one, like one of these here. So there's no hardness at all on that eraser. So we just do a little bit of blending. Just kind of blend it in, blend it in. Make sure you don't have any on our ear. Now this is quite a profession. A lot of people will take pictures of cute little kids and then they'll go in and colorize them after. They turn it black and white and then colorize the picture. And you could colorize about any picture and stuff and do cute things like this. Of course her shirt, I'm going to paint that a green color, so I'm just going to take green here and a dark green, and then our paintbrush, and a big old brush, bracket, just paint that fast. And they're really fun to do. I mean, because all of the tones, like the darker shadow area, just ends up being darker anyway. So it looks real. And then just take that opacity, turn it way down. Okay, and get some areas you missed. Okay, good. And then clean up. Now you can turn the opacity down of your eraser as well when you do some cleanup so it blends it. The big thing is blending. Blending it in so it looks real. It's the hardest part, but it's the funnest part too. And then it's like I can turn the opacity down on my eraser, and as I'm blending this, it just kind of looks more real in the area. Like when I just kind of go over here a little bit, just kind of paint. It's like painting, but it's erasing actually, and blending. Okay. And then last thing is her hat. I like to name them so I know which ones I'm on. And let's put a. This is going to be Christmassy. This is in a Christmas special, and we're going to be painting that hat red. She looks like a little elf. And the bill of that, I'm going to leave it black. Just paint that right in. And I'm going pretty fast just because it's a tutorial here, but you could do a lot better job than I've done. And eraser, do some cleanup. Hold on, my eraser needs to be turned back up to 100% to get it faster, and then you can turn it down to blend. Alright, Shirley Temple's just about done. She's the good ship lollipop. She used to sing that song. I'm the good ship lollipop. The bill's a little bit too stark black. It'd probably be good to put some, maybe some color in on that. And again, if you want to keep painting, you're fine. Now, I'm going to teach you a trick here in just a second. Again, if I want to do some painting here, I'll teach you this trick right now. If I want to find the green color, I want to put green right here, the same as in her shirt to kind of match. If I want to do that and find that right color, watch how to do this. just turn off everything, all but the green one. Okay, the only one we have on is the green. Now you can't really see it, but it's right down through here. Can you see that? I'm going to take my where's it at here? Oh, the eyedropper. And now that I got everything turned off, just click and watch right here. It does exactly the color that I started with. You have to turn everything off. If you have this on and do it, it would turn out darker down here because it's looking at the green and the darker colors through here. So if you look over there on right here, this is changing as I go around. Of course, that would be gray because that's her gray face. But see how it's dark and green? So you want to turn everything off, then hit it, then turn everything back on. Now you've got the exact color of that green that we started with. I'm going to come here to the hat, take my paintbrush, and I can paint. Now, the opacity's turned down already in this layer, so it looks very natural already, just to start with. So I don't like to paint with opacity down. I like to just turn the opacity down here, but I want it down so we can turn it down a little bit more. So our hat's kind of, and then just take the eraser and do some cleanup. Now, if you were doing this professionally even more, you'd go in and do more pinky here. You'd put some darker yellow through these edges here and in the shadow area to really make it look good. But isn't that fun? Look how much different that looks when I turn all these off. There's with nothing, and then here comes Shirley Temple is colored with even a little bit of eyeliner. Okay, have fun.